Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Matt, and I'm going to do something a little bit different on this channel. I'm going to start going into fountain pens and sharing my hobby of fountain pens and my love of them with you guys. Hopefully, you learn something, I learn something, and we have fun together. So anyway, fountain pens for me has been like a really interesting love affair. I've always loved pens when I was little, and when I got older, looking past ballpoints and looking at the other options that are out there, I found that fountain pens are really a unique writing instrument and something that it's not too common nowadays with regular people. You don't see them a lot in the work world, but I use them. I'm a locksmith by trade, and I use fountain pens just about every day, not only for journaling, but for work, which is pretty cool in my personal opinion. You don't see it too often. So anyway, to really throw in my 2 cents with the fountain pen community, I just wanted to share a couple things with you today and show you some pens that I picked up at antique shops and what I currently use on a daily basis, stuff like that. Basically an introduction video and some show and tell. We'll just leave it at that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy this. So let's start with journaling. I have been journaling now for 4 years on and off, and I started journaling with fountain pens. I dropped off journaling probably 3 years ago, and then picked it back up a year ago. So it's been on and off. This hobby took a back seat to knife collecting and Swedish snus reviews on snoostv.com, and then a bunch of other stuff. So I've been really getting into fountain pens pretty heavily nowadays, and I've been really enjoying it, especially journaling. And not only that, but I use fountain pens just about every day now. I'm a locksmith by trade, and I actually use fountain pens at work. Even though it may not be too practical as, a ballpoint would be, I really enjoy using fountain pens day to day, and also as a leisure, as a hobby. So let's start with this journal. So far I've been using a Leuchtturm 1917 journal. Green is my favorite color. I love this olive or military green, and I'm really happy they had this at my local Barnes & Noble. So I picked this color up, and I've been really enjoying this. This sticker that's on the front doesn't come with the journal. This is actually one of my favorite bands of all time, American Arson. They're from my home state here in Michigan. And if you guys like rock music in the slightest or are open to different types of music, check these guys out. I've been to about 2 of their shows already in the last 2 months, and I gotta say, they're amazing. They've been out for like 4 years now, and I recently ran across them about 3-4 months ago. So guys, if you like rock music, awesome band. Catch one of their shows, fantastic. Anyway, all right, so this Leuchtturm 1917 paper is pretty darn awesome. As you can see, there is some ghosting on the camera. It actually looks a little bit worse than it does in real life, but if you write on the other side of it, it doesn't show through that bad. So if you're using both sides of the paper, you don't have to worry about really seeing the ghosting from the other side, if that makes sense. I've also been using the back of this as a fountain pen test book. So as you guys can see here, if you want to read that, I have really, I think this is all of my working pens. It's like 3, maybe 4 pens that I have right now that are in working condition. And I have the different inks that I've used in them, as well as different nib sizes and stuff like that, and a sample of the color, if it has shading or not. But yeah, if you guys have a journal, I highly recommend doing something like this. It's really cool to document different pens you've used or that you have, just to really reference for your own self. So really cool. Anyway, I found journaling has really been beneficial to me so far. Really highlighting different life events, and you know, it's really neat to look back and see what you've done on a particular day and stuff like that. So anyway, that's the journal. Let's move that off. Let's look at my daily use pens. I have them in this leather case. I forgot the brand, but there's the insignia. Is it Faber-Castell, maybe? I can't quite remember. Anyway, very nice leather case. I bought this from gouletpens.com. This is the 3-pen holder. Made out of nice, really nice leather. Good stitching. It's held up very well so far. I've had this for 3 months. It's been doing quite well, and I use this every single day. This goes right into my backpack along with my journal, and I'm good to go for the day. So these are what I use on a daily basis. I have a TWSBI Eco in white and clear. This has the fine nib on it, and right now it's currently inked up with Noodler's Black Swan and Australian Roses. And this is the original formula batch from, I think it's back in 2011 or so. So this shade of Black Swan is really different from the newer versions. So it's got more of a red burgundy hue to it. I'll actually show you here real quick. Sorry for my quick writing. My writing's not the best, but I try. But as you can see, it's got some really nice burgundy in it, some good purple. This is considered a shading ink, so I like this one a lot, especially with this fine nib that TWSBI offers. It's great for like carbon copy paper or cheap printer paper, cheap lined Mead notebooks, stuff like that. So when I'm at work, I primarily use this quite a bit for all my locksmithing notes and everything. And plus it's durable too, and it's cheap, so if I like end up breaking this or something, I'm not too sad about it. But for the price of this pen, man, this is a great writer. Alright, next up is a pen that was gifted to me by the co-owner of the locksmith company I work for. I got him into fountain pens. We actually ordered a couple pens online, and he gifted me this one as like a work bonus. So thank you, sir. Anyway, this is a Monteverde Prima, and this one is just gorgeous. Green, as you guys may know, is my favorite color, and this is one of my favorite pens that I own. For like 65 bucks or so on Goulet Pens, you can't beat this thing. It does have a cartridge converter in it, and it comes with 2 cartridges. Right now I have this inked up with Noodler's Blue Nose Bear, and I like this quite a bit in this pen. Really nice shading. Awesome stuff. I have this outfitted with a medium Goulet nib. It came with a Bach nib, but I changed it out. I wanted a black one to match the black accents, and I think it looks very sharp. But for the price of this pen, it really does feel like it's a lot more expensive. It feels like a premium product. For $65, I mean, it's pretty hard to beat. I love the feel of it. The grip section is very nice on the pen. Maybe I'll do a review of this later. If you guys want to see fountain pen reviews, let me know. Very nice. Next one is my first premium fountain pen that I acquired. My wife bought me this pen for my birthday before we were married. And this is a Lamy Studio in Imperial Blue. I don't know if they make this Imperial Blue color the same anymore, but this is more like a royal blue, but they call it like an Imperial Blue. And I think I have this inked up, if it'll still write. I haven't wrote this one in a little bit. Yep. I have this inked up with Noodler's 54th Massachusetts. And that's the medium nib. Really nice color on that one. So I figured that 54th Massachusetts really lend itself well to the color of this pen. Really nice. Alright, so that out of the way, let's take a look at some antique finds that I have here. So I have an antique shop that's right next door to my home, and I found some awesome deals. Let's take a look at these. So this one that I have in this pen slip here is a Parker 51 in black, and this is an awesome pen. And it doesn't have the aerometric filler, it has the vacuum fill in it. Really nice. Writes pretty well. This is around the 50s, 40s. It's got the blue diamond there, which it actually came off a little bit. I don't know how well you can make that out. But, I mean, just gorgeous condition. I mean, there's still some polishing I have to do to this guy. But I flushed it out. I inked it up a while ago, wrote with it, and it's great. It really is. Very smooth writer. Alright. Very stiff nib, though, on this one. Next, I think this has got a bunch of pens I need to restore. So these are some more antique finds. This one is, I was really surprised when I found this pen at the antique shop. I don't know the exact model of this. Maybe it's a Sheaffer Balance. But look at this. This has got some really nice detail to it. Some awesome striations in the body and the cap. Really nice large gold band. The clip is in excellent condition, but it needs some major repair. And something that I can't do quite yet. It's got the Sheaffer Triumph nib on it in 14 karat gold. Just gorgeous. This does have the piston fill. As you can see, this is loose. I got to tighten that up, screw that down more. But if you look, here, I'll unscrew this body. I got to clean that out. I got to replace the seals. And to do that, I have to take off this nib by heat without twisting it. That's a challenge. And replace all the seals and the packing material, everything like that. It's going to be a hard pen for me to restore, but I cannot wait because I really want to get this thing writing. When I first looked at this in the case, I thought it was damaged, and I passed it up a couple times. But if you look right there, it's a bent nib, and I thought that it was damaged, so I didn't want to take a chance on it. But after doing further research, I found that it's actually designed to be that way. So I ended up buying it. But everything is in great shape on this guy. other than the filling mechanism. Just gorgeous to look at. Underneath, I have some other finds. This guy right here is a no-name brand. It's a lever fill, and it's really cool. It's a nice little pocket pen. If you compare it to like size-wise with the Sheaffer. Really nice little pocket pen, no-name brand. I went to remove the grip section out of this one, and now it will not seat back into place. So if you guys know of anything that I could do to really reset this, I might just glue it back into place or shellac it back into place, something, after I get a new sack in it. But yeah, I mean, it's really neat. You know, it's still got the J-bar, which works fine. Just got to get a new sack for it. Cleaned it out. I checked the nib writes fine. 14 karat gold plated on the nib. Probably stainless steel underneath. Really cool looking pen though. So that's another project pen. I have two Sheaffer Cadets. This is another antique shop find. This one writes great, but with this one, I have to replace the sack on this. And this has the touchdown feature on it. Really good seal still. I got to lubricate it and everything, but it's a nice pen. Nib's in great shape. It's a fine nib. Really cool. This one here I bought on eBay for like $6, and I'm really glad I did. This one's in really good shape. Again, minus the sack. The sack deteriorated on it. Here's another Sheaffer in medium. Another touchdown model. Just great shape. No cracks, barely any scratching. No damage to the clip. Awesome pen. I really like Sheaffer. A lot of the old Sheaffers. There's really, when it comes to old pens, other than Esterbrook, Sheaffer is like one of my all-time favorites. I know there's Parkers are great too, but man, those Sheaffers, I love them. All right, in my Lamy box from my studio, I have some more. I have another Parker 51. This one has a gold cap, and this is 14 karat gold filled on the cap. Doesn't have the diamond. This is a later model. 51. I have a dent here. This dent was way worse than what it is now, but I tried to smooth it out on the inside a little bit using a brass rod. Still have a little bit of work to do on that one, but other than that, I mean, everything's great. Just got to fill it and it'll write. The diaphragm on the inside seems like it's in good shape. This is another vacuumatic fill in navy blue. This has got the 14 karat gold nib on it. Very, very nice pen. These 51s, man, these are getting harder and harder to find, and I'm so glad I found two of them at one antique shop. Probably two pens I'll never get rid of. Next up is an Esterbrook. This is probably my second Esterbrook I've ever owned. The first one I sold, it had a 9128 nib on it, and now I'm regretting that. And I knew I would when I sold it, but man, this pen is awesome. This ink sac is good. I probably will replace it in the future, but look at the chatoyance. Look at the depth of shine on this pen. Look at that. The clip is a little bit bent. Moves a little bit, but it's still decently solid. The J-bar is in perfect shape. This one is made in the US. Probably barely make it out there. Just awesome shape. These are like everywhere, guys. If you have an antique shop near you, I recommend just looking around in the cases. You'll find a bunch of Esterbrook's. And they're still great pens today. They're really nice and pocketable. For my smaller sized hands, they fit perfectly. You know, they post really great. They have a nice feel to them. And these will probably be one of the better pens you'll ever own. Especially if you're into, if you're just getting into fountain pens, these are great starter pens. You'd have to learn how to fill them and everything, but it's very easy. This one has the Greg nib on it, so it's for Greg shorthand. You can use it for regular writing. It's just a little bit more of a pain because the edges on the nib here on the point are a little bit sharp. So just be aware of that. You have to be careful of you know, the paper you're using. All right, here's another Sheaffer. This was actually in my grandpa's pen jar, and I got this when he passed away. This has a partially hooded nib on it. This takes the cartridges, the Sheaffer cartridges like this. This one's empty. I have to get some more cartridges, but I dipped this one a little bit just to test the nib, and it writes great. This one has a medium nib on it. It's a good writer, man. Really is. Really nice pen. Does have a fill in here. I don't know if somebody filled that, like a pen repair person. But yeah, really nice Sheaffer. And here I have a ballpoint. This is another Sheaffer ballpoint. This is probably the set of the two, maybe. This one was my grandfather's as well. Inside, I modified it to fit a Fisher Space Pen insert. Nice pen. And then this is a Sheaffer School in transparent with a 304 nib on it. Stainless. It's about a halfway between a fine and a medium point. Really cool pen. Gotta do some more cleaning on this one. Try and get this defogged a little bit. But this one, you could possibly eyedropper this one, maybe. Maybe. But this is made to take the cartridges. Just like this guy. Alright, well, I think that'll just about wrap it up, guys. I know it's been a long video. Sorry about that, but I wanted to show you a little bit of my fountain pen hobby so far and what I've collected. I have a dip pen and stuff like that. Like, I got a bunch of nibs in this old inkwell. And I do mess around with that a little bit, but fountain pens primarily. Also, I want to show you this. Check this out. These are some ads that I got at the antique shop as well. I have a Sheaffer's ad here for the Easter time. And I got a couple Esterbrook ads. That one and that one. So these are from the 40s and 50s. There's a Christmas Esterbrook one. Really cool. Got those for like $1.50 each. So I'm really happy about those. Ended up framing them. Didn't really turn out the way I wanted. I wanted to have a border around all the separate ads there. But I like it. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching the video, and let me know what kind of fountain pens you use on a daily basis, if you use them for work, and what do you use them for. Leave some comments down below. And again, if you guys want me to do some fountain pen reviews, I'd be more than happy to. Till next time, guys. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.